Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to What's Up With That, the show that brings you interesting people, places, cultures, and subcultures here in the South Bay, the San Francisco Bay Area, the state of California, and beyond. And tonight, what's up with Illume? What's up with American Muslim media? And what's up with the perceptions that Americans have about Muslims living in America? Well, I want to start with a story. Okay, so I was on a recent trip and I was at the airport, and standing in front of me was a Muslim family in traditional Muslim gear, I guess, outfits, and I saw instantly an attitude change in the people that were working security, the attitude of the passengers, and I thought to myself, you know, we're living in America. This country's been around for a long time. What's up with that, you know? I mean, are we so judgmental at the drop of a coin? And the answer is, unfortunately, yes, we are. Well, tonight we have two gentlemen who are here to educate the American public on what's going on in the Muslim community. I'm very glad and excited to have them. I got the opportunity to see their work. It's brilliant, and it's a wonderful thing that you're doing, and hopefully it's going to open minds forever. Please welcome Irfan Ryan.
Right on.
Right on, that was close enough. Public Relations Manager for Illume Magazine. And Ali Khan, that was an easy one. I like that. Okay, Marketing and Business Development Director for Illume Magazine. All right, how you doing?
Good, thank you for
All
having
right,
us.
well, let's start from the start. How did you get started with Illume?
Well, Illume started out by our founder, whose name is Javed Ali. He's a local Bay Area native. And he started out with a local newspaper for our local Muslim community in the San Francisco Bay Area. And basically, it started out with just community events, what's going on locally for us. And then eventually, it developed into a magazine. And I'll show you this. We came out with this like a newsprint magazine here.
Okay.
You can see. And our so Javed is pretty good with graphics, design.
Kind of speaks for itself there, you know.
So he came up with some good designs here. And basically, we started getting writers from all over the country, both Muslim as well as non-Muslim, writing about different subjects. And eventually, we came out with a you know, once we started getting some advertisers, we started coming out with a glossy, like a full-fledged magazine like this.
Very cool.
And yeah, so now actually we're focusing on new media such as the obviously internet, but mobile applications. And you know,
it's so funny how the world's changing. You know what I mean? It changes like every second. There's something else going on.
And obviously, we're pretty well connected into Facebook and Twitter and all the social apps, so we get our information out there, our articles out there through.
You know, it's funny that you even say that. I mean, not only in Muslim media, but any kind of media, you almost have to be like that right now. You know, you think how many people actually read the newspaper?
Yeah, not
it's ironic. You know what I mean?
Not too many.
Actually, like you know, it's just, I find it interesting though, because I can go home and just.
Yeah, that's one of the things that made us go away from the print.
Right.
Although we do want to continue the magazine in the future, but obviously because of funding and the cost.
It's always that money, isn't it?
Yeah. So
the mission. What is your mission with Illume?
Well, our mission is that we want to be on the same kind of level as like standard mainstream media, like you know, like New York Times or CNN level, where we
start with the little ones.
Yeah, but
those ones. Who watches those?
Meaning that I mean, but our goal is to try to be you know, emphasis on journalism and have a fair and balanced view of our community. So you know, we try not to be like a public relations for the Muslims, but we try to be an actual media organization that covers both sides of the story.
So you would cover, let's say you had somebody who submitted an article to you that was anti-Muslim. would you print that?
Well, it depends what you mean by anti-Muslim.
Well,
But
yeah, I don't mean like hate, but you
yeah.
know, I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
This is the old American argument. This is our country. You know, why are all these people coming to our country? Why can't they stay wherever they came from?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah, we would, because actually, one thing about the Muslim community, not just in America but all over the world, it's pretty diverse. There's not just one monolithic
Right.
opinion
Uh-huh.
of Muslims. So it's like, so obviously there's conservative Muslims, there's
Right.
liberal Muslims, and there's in between.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, we try to be
Right.
try to be in the middle, but we want to cover both sides of the
Right.
story. So you know, there are some Muslims who are against immigration and against you know.
Yes, I mean, this is something people wouldn't even know about, right?
Yeah, so we would cover those type of topics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, you said something again that you know set off the little light bulb there, but you know, these perceptions and misperceptions, and you know, when you think honestly, when you think of the I don't want to say normal because I don't know, normal's not the right word, but the average American's perception of a Muslim, what comes to mind?
Probably terrorist.
Mm-hmm. Terrorists, and you know, when you hear the word, like, I mean, I'm serious, when you hear the word Al Qaeda, Al Qaeda's like a buzzword. How do you combat something like that?
Yeah, it's pretty tough, but you know, one of our goals is because you know, obviously, most of us who are involved with this, we're all born
Right.
in the United States, so we're all American. We consider ourselves American, as well as Muslim. So you know, we've seen the process happening, where it's getting like it's kind of interesting that right now in 2011, there's so much hate
Oh, I
and
know.
fear.
I'm just thinking.
Even right after September 11th happened,
Right.
I think there's more now, right now, 10 years later,
Right.
because all that has soaked in. You know, all the constant media has soaked in right now.
Right.
Yeah, and the other thing that we're facing is, you know, as Irfan mentioned, that now the level of distrust or, you know, suspicion of Muslims has grown. I mean, you can look at, you know, these several states across the country, including Tennessee and I think Missouri. Several of them that are trying to
those places.
yeah, outlaw Sharia, with Sharia law, which is basically a system of how Muslims practice. It tells you how you basically conduct yourself in your day-to-day life, how you pray, how you give charity, how you cleanse yourself for prayer, how you interact with people on a daily basis. So they're trying to outlaw that, which is really, and they're saying that Sharia law will take over the U.S., which, you know.
Yeah, well, of course.
We have laws.
Paranoid.
We have
That's
laws
what they
here.
say, okay?
Laws are passed by
you
legislative
recently
bodies.
won a very prestigious award. Why don't you tell me about this award?
So, yeah, we won the National Press Foundation. We received a special citation from them. And Javed Ali, our founder, actually was able to attend the award ceremony.
That's great.
And so what they said was that Illume, they cited us because they said that Illume provides fair and balanced coverage of the Muslim American community.
All right, we're going to look at a video of this ceremony.
Sure.
This is Illume receiving a big award. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Check it out.
Good evening, everyone. It's a great honor for me to be here and to receive this prestigious award. I would like to thank the National Press Foundation for giving us the award. To my wife, who's been very supportive throughout the years, my team of writers and editors, who've also been very supportive. You know, the reason we started Illume was because we felt that our stories weren't being heard. And, you know, this is a testament that people are paying attention to the stories we report on, and that's why journalism matters. You know, but we still have a long way to go, and we need your help. We need your help and support, those of you who are gathered here tonight, to help continue telling this story in print, in the digital platform, and on broadcast. Thank you very much.
So I want to go back because I want to show a little bit. So now they have an idea. that this is a pretty prestigious thing and groundbreaking thing that you're doing, which is wonderful. I think it's great. But I think what needs to be discussed even a little bit further is these issues that what are Americans afraid of? Because you said they're passing a law that they can't, which is crazy. We have religion's not supposed to have anything to play with our government. That's how our government was formed, because they were running away from being religiously persecuted. So who are we to say, right? But that's how we work in this country, So again, what is it that you think that are Americans? Well, you said terrorism, but what else? Well, what's bothering them about having a Muslim community?
I think one of the things that is an issue is maybe they don't know a Muslim, personally in their workplace or their neighbor. So they're unfamiliar with. So if you're unfamiliar with something or a group, it's hard to understand them. So that's why why we're trying to create this Muslim American media and getting it out there, because that understanding of people, once people understand and they have knowledge, they will have a better opinion of.
And the media is so
Muslims.
big and prevalent, and that's the thing. So you're definitely on the right track. So that's great. So your reading base, who are your readers?
Well, we have a pretty diverse group of readers on our website. Last year we averaged about 4 million hits on our website. For the whole year. Well, considering that we started with only 20,000 hits in a year, then we jumped up. And this,
well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, this had to do a lot with the story in New York with the mosque near Ground Zero. So that generated a lot of interest. So we had a lot of articles and information about that particular story on our website.
That caused a lot of anger in the press. When I was reading articles on that, it was almost like it was hateful, actually. It was like, how dare them, and instead of, like you said, you were both born in America, but it's how dare them, and that's one of those words that's,
They framed it like, these are not Americans, they're coming here.
And that you were planning to put this deliberately as a slap in the face kind of thing.
Even though that mosque, that community has been in Lower Manhattan for a couple decades. So
But they don't mention that.
No.
See, we don't hear about the little nitty-gritties about that stuff. So how do you actually decide, when it comes down to the drawing board, I guess, what article is going to make it and which one's not going to make it in? What are your criteria?
Well, we have an editorial board who are made up of people who are experienced in news editing. So some of our people who work on Illume, they also work in major mainstream media outlets in the U.S. as well. So they have a lot of experience, and we follow like the AP style of writing, and most of our team is volunteers right now, but we do a training for them on how to properly write articles. So we try to
So it's real homegrown kind of
and we're trying to keep it a very high standard quality.
Well, it looks wonderful. My eyes keep drawing to this one here, because it says terrorist prisoner, Muslim Saddam, Al-Qaeda. I mean, it's just every fundamentalists, Taliban. Oh, we forgot the Taliban,
Exactly.
It's going to take over the world, kind of, It's this perception. It's the way that Americans play things. And so what you're doing, fighting it, is a great thing. You're going to have to keep doing that. It's going to be a fight. I'm giving you advice here right now. It's not an easy thing to do.
It takes some time.
And the media is one of the best ways to do it.
Well, it is the best way to do it, because people watch it, and if it's honest, I think people can tell if something's honest. And that's really the beginning of this. I have a beef when someone says, I want to be tolerated. Heck, I don't want to be tolerated. I want to be accepted. Don't tell me I'm going to be tolerated. That's like a put down. So, acceptance, just let people see what's going on. Okay, you also, part of this thing is you do social media, and then you have the web, and you're doing whatever. Explain how you go through all these different processes and how you what's going
I'll
on?
let Ali
Because
talk
it sounds
about that.
fascinating.
So one of the things we really want to focus on is multiple platforms. So going from print, focusing now online, and doing mobile apps, iPhone, iPad, and Android apps. Basically, we want to be able to provide the news and the coverage that we provide to where people are going now, and have it accessible.
Right. Well, of course. I mean,
That's kind of the direction that things are going. And also, use the social media out there, Facebook and Twitter, and spreading the word. Because with Facebook, the great thing is that, maybe there are Muslims who will follow Illume, be a fan of the Illume page. But then all their friends who are people of other faiths will also see that, what is this Illume? They're covering this interesting story. And so that really is to, use these multiple platforms, get it out to as many people as possible using new media and, things that are cost effective.
Yeah.
And the other thing we want to do is combine the news coverage and attract advertisers. So the one thing that the Muslim community lacks is that advertisers don't market to the Muslim American community.
Right.
Part of it is stigma, part of it is part of it is backlash.
It's kind of a no-brainer there. You know what I mean?
But the fact is that the Muslim American community has $170 billion annual spending power. I mean, with 6 to 7 million Muslims, if you add Canada, there's another million Muslims in Canada, so that's 7 to 8 million Muslims with a lot of spending power who are actually looking for brands that are willing to communicate with them and understanding their needs. So that we really want to connect the news and providing advertisers with this outlet where they can advertise to our community.
All right, we're going to go to a short station break, and we'll be back to talk more about Illume. It's fascinating.
Hi, I'm Shannon Garrity, and I'm here to talk about the Cartoon Art Museum in San Francisco, the oldest and largest museum in the United States dedicated to comic book, comic strip, and animation art, and one of the few museums of its kind anywhere in the country. The Cartoon Art Museum has 4 galleries of artwork and does educational outreach to kids, special programs, and events. If you're in the city, please come visit us at 655 Mission Street or check out our website at cartoonart.org.
Hi, my name's Carol. I'm with the Asian American Donor Program, and we recruit ethnic minority donors for the National Marrow Donor Program Registry. And I would like to encourage all healthy individuals between the ages of 18 and 60 that are ethnic minority to join the Be the Match Registry and help save a life. Check us out by going to www.aadp.org or call us at 800-593-6667.
Unlike commercial or public TV stations, we at KMVT Community Television focus on Silicon Valley residents, organizations, and businesses. We televise to over 100,000 viewers in Santa Clara County, with syndication potential to more than 1 million in the greater San Francisco Bay Area. We at KMVT connect Silicon Valley communities, empower people, and effect change. Do you?
This workshop is provided by KMVT Community Television. To learn more, contact us at the phone or website on your screen.
Okay, well, you're done. You had a story we were talking about a little bit that has to do with an ad, because we were talking about money and getting money, because we know we all need money.
Yes.
So why don't you share that with us, because I thought it was very interesting.
Yeah, so last year in the holiday season, Best Buy, they had a little ad for their sale, and they mentioned Eid al-Fitr or Eid al-Adha, which is the Muslim religious holiday. And you know, because they're trying to, like Ali said, the Muslim American community has a lot of spending power. So Best Buy was trying to tap into that market.
Yeah, of course.
And you know, obviously we were happy about that they acknowledged us and mentioned our holiday as well.
It just reaffirms the fact that, you know, you can,
that we're part of America and and you know,
part of the commercialism
yeah,
of America.
exactly.
Don't you like that?
We like to spend money as well on gadgets and phones
Right.
and computers. So anyways, so obviously when Best Buy came out with that ad, a lot of people, you know, some people from Christian, evangelical or other groups got upset about that, so they protested Best Buy. But actually, so we, Illume, we did a nice video package news piece about Best Buy, their campaign, and we interviewed their manager who came up with the idea. So it's on our website if anyone wants to see that.
Well, that's great. I mean, that's a really good thing. Awareness is a good thing. Remember, I said, it's not tolerance, it's acceptance, folks.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about how your subjects change between social media, web, print. Do they change? Do you approach it in a different way?
Yeah, so we look at, like, for web, because it's, you know, pretty much covering stories as they happen. So breaking news, you know, for example, all the stuff going on in the Middle East, you know, it's all very much breaking up to the second. And then with the print, it's more long pieces, more like we want to focus on like investigative reporting eventually,
right?
More in-depth articles. So that's kind of the difference. I mean, all of it is, we want to make sure that the quality and sort of the style is the same, but that's kind of the difference, and that's kind of one of the advantages of being online, is that, you know, it's pretty much instant publication and constantly updating.
Yeah, that's cool. So when you collect all your sources, right? I mean, you have all these different sources. How do you make these kinds of judgments, and where do you find them? So you said, like, just people send in things from all over the country, or do you have staff writers?
Yeah, we have a group of dedicated writers, but we also receive a lot of submissions from all over the country, and sometimes from other countries as well. So again, we have an editorial board who reviews everything that we get, and, you know, if it's up to our standards, you know, sometimes when we get submissions, we ask the person to tweak a few things or add.
Do you ever get articles from other magazines?
Yeah, actually we share some content with other, both Muslim as well as non-Muslim media as well, so there's a lot of sharing going on of content.
Well, which is great for your magazine, because it puts your magazine, you know, on the map, I guess.
Yeah.
So subjects, okay, and let's talk about American media. What is American media missing in terms of the representation of the Muslim community? What do you think what's key facts that they're not getting?
They're not. I think the biggest issue is they just don't have a lot of Muslim Americans in media who can actually talk about what are the issues facing
I can't even think of
our
one.
community.
Thinking,
I mean, there are. We know a lot of them. They, you know, some of them collaborate with us and work with us, but it's just, there's just not a lot of
Very few.
There's just not a lot of voices out there that are speaking on behalf of the Muslim American community, which is the whole point of one of the things that Illume is focusing on. It's giving us the voice to do that. But I think there's just a big gap, and I think a lot of the media out there has a certain agenda, you know,
of
that,
course they do.
you know, they want to, I guess, you know, sell as many newspapers or get as many advertising dollars, and they have, you know, they're run by major corporations. I mean, GE and whatnot, you know.
Right, and they have their agenda.
Comcast, and I mean,
their agenda.
right. So I
Don't
mean,
mention Comcast right now. No, Comcast is great. Infinity and beyond.
Well, one thing
So
I just want to add on to what Ali said is that part of the problem is also our community as well, that
Yeah.
we don't have enough people who are going into those fields of journalism and media. Like I remember one of my friends when I was going to college about 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago, he went to San Francisco State for radio and television broadcasting, and out of like 1,300 students, I think he was like the only Muslim student.
Right.
So, you know, it takes,
Right.
I mean, there's two sides, right? There's the
Exactly.
media is
Right.
Right,
going
and
to
then
cover
there's-
whoever's there to tell them
And
something.
then there's the people
There's
standing
us.
up.
Yeah,
and
and
going,
then
right.
so we have
And that's
to be,
one of the things we came up with the Illume Foundation, which is helping to providing, as you mentioned, the scholarships to
Right.
students that are going into these fields of journalism
Yeah.
and writing and
Okay,
well, liberal arts.
Great. We have only 1 minute left. I'm going to pop this one real fast. Give me a quick synopsis on what's going on in the Middle East right now and why. And I mean fast. We don't have much time.
I think it's just a wave. I mean, it started in Tunisia, and people are gotten to the point where they've gotten so fed up with the economy, with being repressed, without having rights. And
But it's all over the air.
and
okay?
it's just spreading. And I think when Tunisia fell and then Egypt fell, other Arab and North African people in those countries saw that it is possible to
Right.
change from grassroots without any military intervention.
Right, and we as Americans should not be judging that because that's what we did ourselves.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this is how countries
Right.
go through this process of
Development.
change and
Yeah.
revolution.
It's never easy. It's never easy. But see, we'll be seeing it in Illume very soon,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Right.
Well, thank you very much for coming on the show. It's a great show. I hope that the audience will check out this magazine and hopefully, like I said, we're going not for tolerance, we're going for acceptance. We need to be Americans here now. We need to be fair-minded people because we have to practice what we preach and we don't always do it. And it's a shame because there's so much we can learn. There's so much we can learn. And we're going to learn it in Illume.
thank you very
So
much for
thank
having
you.
us.
Yeah, well,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Great interview. And to our viewing audience, as ever, if you're walking down the street and you see something interesting and you wonder to yourself, hey, what's up with that? Well, tune into our show, What's Up With That, and maybe you'll find exactly what you're looking for. We'll see you next week on What's Up With That. Good night, everybody.